Welcome back to the show. There is a new book out now that explores the ravages of war, the challenges of leaving one's homeland, and the triumph of the human spirit. At the helm of the creative process is a local author and NorQuest College instructor. I'm pleased to welcome Barbara Penner on the show, and alongside her, Nareth Mom Mueller.
Good.
So, Barbara, your new book is titled To a Third Country, and it's pretty much based on relationships that you have made with women like Nareth. Tell me, how would you describe the book if in a synopsis type of way?
The book is divided into 6 chapters, one for each of the women who are featured in it. Each chapter has 5 sections. The first one explains a little bit about the childhood, the happy time that the women experienced before war. Then it goes into a section about the Khmer Rouge regime, which Cambodians call Pol Pot time, because the leader was Pol Pot.
Okay.
Following that, the next section explains how each one escaped and found asylum in Thailand, where there were quite a few United Nations refugee camps. In the camps, some of them spent a couple years, some of them spent a decade. So the bulk of the book explains that, the life of a refugee. And the final section, which is called The Name to Go, and that's refugee lingo for my name is on the list, I'm getting on the airplane soon,
right.
Is the final chapter, or final section of the chapter.
So really great, you get to see and experience all the stages.
Yes.
Nareth, you are actually one of the women featured in the book. Tell me, what does it mean? What does this book mean to you and the experiences that you had there?
This book is very meaningful to me, and then to share all the book to other people, and to read, and especially that all my kids, they can know about my experience life in refugee camp.
How long were you in the camp for?
I in the camp almost 5 years.
5 years, that
Yes.
is a long, long time.
Yes, it is.
And you got to experience all the different emotions.
Yes.
Everything from hope to sadness to fear.
Yes.
You're a very brave woman. Barbara, there was a lot of time and research put into these pages. Tell me, what's some of the long-term effects that you hope actually comes out of this for not only the readers, but for the friends of these readers that are, turning through the pages?
When we started on this project 13 years ago, the women and I sat around and they shared their great desire that their children, some of whom had been born in the camps but couldn't remember it, would understand their mother's experience. And I think already we're seeing as the books are out and the now adult children are reading it, they're saying things like, wow, I didn't know my mom experienced this, and almost growing a kind of respect and support for them. And I believe that these women are just a representation of so many people in our society. We're made up of immigrants from everywhere, and so many have fascinating stories. If we could just take the time to listen, I think we'd be astounded at the heroes that live among us.
One of the things I read about your bio and something you talked about with this book is you saw your grandma and your father in it because you had family that immigrated over. My family has immigrated over as well. So Nareth's story really is universal to a lot of Canadians.
I think it will connect with many, many people.
Perfect. Okay, to celebrate all of your hard work, there will be an official launch reception and a book signing. Now, that's going to be held on May 31st at NorQuest. So what are the main event details? What do people need to be aware of?
Our book launch will begin at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, May 31st, in the main lobby of the main campus of NorQuest downtown. And we will introduce the women in a unique way. We will answer some questions about the book, have a short book reading, and people can join us for the reception and signing of the book by all the women.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. So as we wrap up here, Nareth, you actually have the last question. When you look back on your refugee experience, why would you recommend people take the time to read this? Why should they, give up some of their time to flip through the pages?
This is about in our life in the refugee camp, and then people that should read this one, and then they will understand how refugee life in that short period and difficult, that we don't have enough food, water, and that waiting to get out from that small camp.
I can't imagine just waiting to see when you'll finally be able to get out of that almost holding cell that you were put into. Thank you very much for both of your time. We really, really appreciate you having on to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you would like to get a copy of this amazing book, you can actually send out an email to barbara.penner@norquest.ca. The book is actually out now, and it's available through Word Alive Press. You can find it on Amazon, Chapters, Indigo, or that email address that I just spoke of. It's time to head to commercial break now, but when we return, with the harsh rays of summer here, it's important we all play a role in maintaining good vision health. We'll have tips to share with you right after this.